Stadium, Baton Rouge. EA Sports college football coverage continues on this Saturday with a mid-afternoon clash. It ought to be a sensational game. It's the Arizona State Sun Devils and the LSU Tigers. Along with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. Let's go down to our sideline reporter, Holly Rowe.
Guys, the Sun Devils head coach told me pregame he has been warning his players all week. They're in the top 25. They might have the most talent, but he understands this environment is insane. This crowd has proven to be one of the best in college football, and he understands they can disrupt play calling, communication at the line of scrimmage. He has been playing crowd noise all week in practice to make sure his players are prepared. Back to you.
Thank you, Holly. Really looking forward to this matchup. And the Sun Devils will kick off first, and here we go. On the return, it's McNabb. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. From the gun, it's Jones. Finds some space, enough to get 5 to the 22.
Man, it's nice when you can depend on your big boys up front to make a lane, and you get 5 or 6 yards. You get 5 or 6 yards a pop. You move the ball down the field easily, and more importantly, can get this defense to be more aggressive, to bring DBs close to the line of scrimmage, and then that might open up some big plays down the field.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5.
Here we go. Ready, go.
They give it back to him. Into a mass of giant bodies. We'll call it a 1-yard gain to the 24.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Boy, could they use a conversion on 3rd and short from their own 24. On the move. Turning it on. He's at the 50. The 30. Running inside the 20. Touchdown, LSU. He broke away from the defense and they couldn't catch him.
And you knew his legs were a weapon, and he shows it to you right there, running it into the end zone. And this offense, man, they are a good offense, and they are in a good rhythm early in this football game. We talked about the quarterback. We talked about his speed. He can make these type of plays, and on the first drive, Palmer, the defense didn't have any answers. They better find some.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to find them, too, just because of that athleticism and just how he can attack defenses with his arm, with his feet, the different playmakers surrounding him as well. There's a lot to get prepared for in a week when you're playing against this offense, and I just think they saw everything there on that opening drive. They're going to have to do some soul-searching on the sidelines early.
This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. The handoff. Hit and dropped, and he got nothing on first down.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
As Holly mentioned earlier, this home crowd can create a huge advantage. Right back to it. Got him right there.
What a great play by the linebacker. You talk about filling a hole. Defensive line does their jobs. He comes in the hole and says, sit down, sir.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. From the gun, wants to pass. Out wide right, it's Jordan. Makes the catch, and he's free. Smashes ahead. And they don't drag him down until he gets all the way to the 46-yard line.
Obviously, massive play by the offense, picking up a big first down on an explosive. But, David, third down defense, it's one thing to allow a first down, but you've got to make tackles. And you can't give up explosive plays like that. At the end of the day, it's all going to come down to fundamentals, and you know that is driving their defensive coaching staff crazy.
It's so frustrating. You want to be great on those boxes, right? You want to check those third downs. You don't want to give up explosives. Well, you just did 2 and 1. That's not good for this defense, right? They've got to control that third down a little bit better. They got to snatch some momentum back, and you got to tackle better, man. You got some opportunities to get guys on the ground. You got to accomplish the mission.
He's finally stopped, but not before he takes it into the red zone. They'll mark it at the 18. The Sun Devils will line it up on 1st and 10. The running back has it. Maybe a crease. Brought down, but not before he bowled his way inside the 10 to the 8. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Arizona State!
If the offense continues to put drives like that together, this defense is in trouble. How about the balance, the ability to throw the football, run the football, keep the defense guessing, and then when it gets closer to the end zone, the physicality to punch it in. Great start for this offense.
And he tacks on the extra point. He's able to grab the football, and the hands team gets the job done.
And these coaches talked about being aggressive, and they were. First quarter, you're going with the onside already. I would say it's a little bit careless, a little bit reckless. Onside kicks are not high percentage, but they went for it, they failed, and now let's see how they respond.
On the RPO, got him. Picked up maybe 3 on the play at 2nd and 7.
Great effort by the defense here. Offense trying to go wide receiver screen. How about the speed on defense rounding to the football?
They got 3 on the last pass. Here comes 2nd and 7. Keeps it himself. Now the pitch. Crosses the 30. He's got away. Breaks into the open. They finally knock him down. What a great pitch and run on the option. They got the explosive play. Now to finish the deal, it's 1st and 10 from the 12. And he'll lose yardage on this play. Loses 2 yards. Great job by the defense.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and handing the ball off.
Last play was a near disaster, now dealing with 2nd and 13. Looking for the edge. He'll toss it. And that might have been a bad read as the defense just swarms all over the pitch man. They might want to find a way to put it in drive and go forward. It's 3rd and 16. Walker to throw. Intercepted deep in his own end. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception. First play of this drive comes from the 14-yard line. He's got enough. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he stopped, and it'll be 1st down.
Well, I'll tell you, when you start a game as well as this guy did on the opening drive, you're going to earn more touches later. And finally, they hand it off to him here on the 2nd drive. But he's really shot out of a cannon in this game. I really like the way he's running right now. He's running hard. He's running with authority. They need to keep giving him the football.
They stop him in his tracks, and they'll head to the other side of the field. It's been punch, counter-punch throughout the early part of this game as we take a look at the first quarter stats. They fought to a standstill in the first. Let's see who gets the edge early in the second. From the gun, looking for a man. Just missed on the connection, incomplete.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
Got him on the RPO. Could not make his way to the corner. Now the LSU Tigers will use the first of their... timeouts. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. And the Sun Devils will punt this one away. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. Trying to make one miss. He only needs a sliver of daylight. The speed, the shiftiness, the elusiveness, all on display in that sweet return there. The Tigers sending out their offense ready to get this drive started. And boy, they missed an opportunity last time throwing that pick in the red zone, David.
Yeah, and you got to put that frustration behind you. You can't turn it over. That's a cardinal sin. You know better than that, Jesse. You can't take points off the board, but you got to move on.
You do. I think he just got way too overeager down in the red zone that last drive. So just come out here, trust your reads, trust what your coaches have told you to do, and just go out and execute the offense.
The run inside. It's Jones. At the 35, he's loose. Oh, he's got some space. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals.
You know, this guy's had a big role in this offense this year, especially when they get down close to the end zone. That's his 5th rushing touchdown on the year. He's been a factor for these guys offensively.
And the extra point was good as they finished the drive. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. Arizona State has the ball back, and the offense making its way onto the field. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. First play of this drive. Right side, it's Jordan. And they bring him down quickly, but a good gain there.
How nice is it in this offense to have your best receiver playing in the slot? You're matching him up against linebackers, against safeties, or nickel corners. Nickel corners are oftentimes the defense's 3rd best cornerback. This guy is virtually uncoverable.
Finally stopped at the 46 after a 15-yard gain. The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10. Fresh setter downs going to the air. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And they couldn't make the connection on the long shot.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls. Against this receiver and his speed, he's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Just gets rid of that one.
And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense, because it messes with the snap count, it messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
Dropping back, it's Vaughn. Under pressure. They've got him. Great pressure on this defense.
Pretty nice as a defense, right? You can go nickel, put 5 DBs on the field and not have to blitz anyone, trusting your front four to get the job done on 3rd down, and they do it right there, getting the sack.
The Sun Devils will bring the punt team onto the field. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Making his first move. Well, they finally stop him, but he found some running room on that return and really helps out his offense to start this drive. The Tigers send out the offense to go to work. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. Straight ahead, it's Jones. Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42.
Sometimes in your playbook, you have run plays that are called run-it runs. You leave the play on no matter what look the defense gives you. That time the defense was blitzing, but they just kept the play on. That is an attitude-type run that you can run into any kind of look, and it paid off for him.
They give it to him again. They pull him down, but he's got enough, and it'll be a 1st down for this offense.
That's a really nice run. One thing I love about him is he's got versatility. Reminds me of a guy I used to play against back in the day, Kevin Falk. He could catch the ball, he could run the ball, he could block, he returned kicks. He did everything for the LSU Tigers, and this guy, he's got that ability too. So many different tools in his toolbox.
After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. Walker will fire. Rush is on. Out wide right, it's Smith. He's down right there, short gain on the grab.
Again, this is a running back that can hurt you running it between the tackles, and he's dangerous out in space. They like to throw it to him out on the perimeter as he picks up a couple of yards there.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. Looks as if LSU will line up to punt it away. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. Looks it in. They'll get him down at the 21-yard line. The coverage team able to stop him right there. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Wants to throw on 1st. Going to take a shot. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. They'll start this drive 60 yards in front of them from their own 40. Snap on 1st down, wants to throw. Flip it out to the back on the screen. Turns it on in midfield. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Walker to throw. He's got it down the middle. Able to haul it in, and right to the ground he goes. Only a pickup of a couple.
A nice job by the quarterback there, working through his progressions. Nothing open down the field, so he checks it down to his drag route coming from the slot receiver to get the completion.
Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. He uncorks a bullet to the right. He's got it on the outside. Into the house. Touchdown, LSU. Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And the finisher coming on that 42-yard touchdown toss. That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Working the ground game. Good, solid run on that one as he gets it up to the 33-yard line.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
And that's how pressure on a quarterback can affect the passing game. They were able to get after him on that play, and as a result, the QB made a bad decision, forcing that football into double coverage.
Turns it upfield. He'll step out of bounds right at the 44. A big-time pickup on that one. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Back to pass, it's Vaughn. Throws it deep. Makes the catch at the 20. Touchdown ASU. Once he got a step, it was all over right to the house.
Last 4 minutes of the first half, first 4 minutes of the second half. That is a time window that oftentimes determines games, and you're seeing it potentially happen here. It was critical the offense was able to go down, drive the field, and score a touchdown here late in the first half, knowing they get the ball back first in the second half. And if they go out right away in the second half and good things happen, this game takes on a completely different feel.
Let's see what they have dialed up for this one. Direct snap. He'll push his way forward for a few, and the clock will continue to run. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. Just enough time for one final play of the half. Maybe a double pass. He's going to run it. Crosses the 40. And this is why a mobile quarterback is a defensive coordinator's worst nightmare. He has just been running wild all day. We played 2 quarters here and reached halftime, and we will now check in with Kevin Connors in the studio.
Fellas, we welcome you into our palatial Orlando studios for the Week 3 edition of the EA Sports College Football Update Show. We begin with Boise State taking on the Georgia Southern Eagles. And it's the Broncos looking to make it 3 straight victories to start the new year. So far, so good. They lead this one in the first half.
Sun Devils offense makes its way onto the field. Tight game as we start the third quarter, and we'll see what type of adjustments they made at halftime.
And getting the ball first here, I think, is such a big deal. Like, I get the first chance to make a statement, to make the adjustments, to create some momentum for my squad right here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I think it's so important for this offense to set the tone here early in the second half, to get a nice drive going, build that confidence, and get your defense ready to come on out, get a stop, and change the complexity of this game.
didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. They'll ride him again. Makes the tackle.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
They are calling for their defense in Baton Rouge. A huge 3rd down coming up. Looking to throw, it's Vaughn. Look out! And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Well, you get the incompletion there on 3rd down. You've still got a half of football basically to play. Do you trust your defense down 1 possession to get it back to give you a shot? If you don't, you've got to stay out there and you've got to go for this, and you've got to dial up your best play to stay on the field.
On the return. Makes a move. Can they catch it? You want to talk about dynamic ability to flip a field on display right there. And it was just about a return for a touchdown. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Smith. Drives ahead for 3 to the 27-yard line.
You know, as a defense, you kind of want to force the give on the RPO. You want them to run the football, and you can tell maybe the quarterback wishes he pulled this. Small gain, but some information you gathered maybe for the next time you get to run an RPO.
Long way to go on 2nd down. Hand off to Jones. There he goes. Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers. And they take it in for 6 more points. His 3rd touchdown of the game. That's almost half of his total as he now has 7 on the year.
And you got to love seeing that if you're the head coach of this team, right? You always want to see your team start fast early in games and then also start fast at the beginning of the 3rd quarter. You had a big lead. You take the ball right away here in the 2nd half. You drive it down the field, and you score. This offense has been dialed in right from the get-go. It's been very impressive to watch.
It bounds through the back of the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Drops back, it's Vaughn. Stepping to the right. He'll try to do it himself. Gets it up to the 35-yard line before going out of bounds.
Well, you just get the feeling, too, that if they're going to claw their way back in this game, his legs are going to have to be a factor. What a great job scrambling that time. Nothing open. He didn't panic. He saw some green grass. He was able to get outside, away from the defense, get upfield, pick up the 1st down. That play is going to help.
Turning on the Jets. What a run. Gets it inside the 40 and out of bounds at the 36.
And, man, this offense, man, is so nice to have a guy that you can hand the football to, and he can take off and make big plays down the field. He can break tackles. He can outrun you. He shows you a little bit of everything. This defense, they better dial in on him because he's going to get the football, and he can make big plays.
Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
At this point, trailing by a lot, the defense is expecting you to throw it. If you're going to throw over the middle of the field, the window's going to open and close quickly. You've got to have better timing to complete that throw. They just didn't have it there.
They make the stop. Not a whole lot of ground picked up there, and they'll have work to do to get the 1st down.
Man, this guy's going to need some water when he gets to the sidelines. They've been putting him to work on this drive, right? We've seen him toting the rock with success. Now you're seeing him get involved in the passing game, too. They are highlighting his versatility.
Snagged it, and there's running room. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22. And the Sun Devils, after moving the sticks through the air, come to the line. Drops back on first down. Still looking. Throws toward the end zone. Picked off inside the 20, and they snuff out the threat. Takes it back to the 26-yard line as they come up with a big interception there. So the LSU Tiger offense comes out to start this drive. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. Grabbed behind the line. It's Brown. Turning it on. Gets it to the 46-yard line. First down for this offense. Death Valley has a well-earned rep of being intimidating. It is nice to be the quarterback, to have everything on your side.
And have everything quiet. It's the loudest place by far that I ever played. I mean, for an entire game, they are on their feet, yelling, screaming. Now listen, we can't play all the words they're yelling, Reese, but they are an intimidating crowd.
And the Tigers can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Just going to keep it after the snap. He'll be dragged to the ground, but it'll be a first down. The Tigers come to the line with a new set of downs. Here's a little room there. He's at the... And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers. No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead.
Have yourself a day, young fella. You know why they handed him the ball a lot? Because he did that. That's his 4th trip to pay dirt. This dude has shown you a little bit of everything. What a great back. And 4 touchdowns on the day.
Coming out with it, it's Lockhart. And he loses the ball deep in his own end. The kicking team's got it, and they take the ball right back.
Very rarely do you have a play on defense where you've got 30 yards head of steam built up to come make a collision. On kickoff and kickoff return you do, and a lot of times you see big sticks and fumbles happen as a result.
Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. Operating in the red zone here on second down. Walker will fire. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive.
And we've seen this several times now. Like, he is more than willing to take off and make plays, and you can tell the defense is starting to adjust a little bit. They see it, they know it's a pass, but they had eyeballs on him, and as soon as he took off, they ran to him, and they made sure they got him on the ground.
Guys, LSU has the lead here, and they are starting to pull away as we come to the end of the third quarter. Let's take a look at how we got here. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. They'll try to put points on the board with a field goal to start this fourth quarter. It is good! And they'll push that lead out a little further.
And they just tack on more points to this big lead. Listen, fourth quarter was sitting extremely pretty. All we got to do, not give up big plays, make them earn everything they get the rest of this way, and we looking pretty good.
Not going to get a return here. They'll bring it out to the 25 as the kickoff sails through the back of the end zone. Here comes the Arizona State offense onto the field. It looks as if this game is going to be one to just drag to the recycle bin, but the idea now is to finish strong and just take whatever happens in the rankings next week. Out across the 30, steps out of bounds at the 31-yard line as they try to put something together. They'll line up for a second down play. He wants to throw it. Working the middle of the field, and it's complete. And he'll be marked down, but he's got enough to move the chains. Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's 1st and 10. Finds his big tight end. Gets the ball right to the 50-yard line, and that'll be enough for a first down.
Tight ends nowadays, they're oversized wide receivers. They run routes like wide receivers. They make people miss now in space. They're guys that are now featured in offenses where in the past that wasn't the case.
Good job just to get rid of that one.
And it's going to be hard for this offense, man. They've struggled to pass the football down the field, to make these explosive plays, and now huge deficit. Got to make them. Got to find a way to push the ball down the field to create some explosive plays if you want a chance to get back in this football game.
He's got him this time. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be first down. The Sun Devils come to the line with a fresh set of downs thanks to that last connection in the passing game. Scanning the field, it's Vaughn. Rolling to the right, trying to make something happen. And he's left with no option. He just threw it away.
The offense came into this game knowing that for them to win, they were going to have to make some big plays throwing the football. That just has not been the case. Here in the fourth quarter, they've been held to less than 200 passing yards, and that's really the story of the game, guys.
Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. Rolling right and going deep. And he throws his 3rd pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. Finally brought down the